Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really going to cut through some noise. We're exploring a concept that I think reshapes how we understand strength. It's called the sound of steady.
And our source for this exploration, it's a pretty concise piece, but really impactful. Excerpts from The Sound of Steady, built, not bought. It really challenges you to look past the surface, to find where genuine stability actually comes from.
Yeah, exactly. So our mission today is to unpack this profound idea, because we often think strength is, well, grand displays, maybe quick wins. But this material suggests true steadiness. It's not something you get instantly.
Right, not at all.
It seems like it's something forged from within. We're going to focus on that crucial difference between what's built or grown versus what's just bought or maybe granted.
That distinction is key.
It feels a bit counterintuitive, doesn't it?
Very cool.
Suggesting that, quiet internal strength matters more than any kind of external show.
Absolutely. And the source dives right in with that line. It was built, not bought. Grown, not granted.
Okay, so on the surface, seems simple enough. But what's the deeper implication there? Like, what does making that distinction, what does it protect us from? Especially when, everything seems geared towards instant results.
Well, I think what's insightful is how it emphasizes process and authenticity. Built, not bought. That implies like a deliberate construction, maybe slow, brick by brick, sometimes painful bricks.
Earning it.
Yes, earning it through effort and during the journey. And then grown, not granted. That points to something more organic, doesn't it? Something maturing over time, needing patience, nurturing.
Okay, so not a quick fix.
Definitely not. Taken together, they suggest that what's genuinely steady is strong because it wasn't a shortcut. It carries the strength of its own, often difficult creation, and that inherently shields it, makes it less fragile than things you can just, acquire easily or have taken away just as fast.
So it's about the roots, the deep roots that form because of that investment, that hard-won progress.
Okay.
And then right after that, the text contrasts this with the chest thump.
Yeah, the chest thump.
So if steadiness isn't this outward, loud declaration, what does that tell us about how we usually think about strength? Our common misconceptions, maybe.
It's a really powerful redirection, I think. That chest bump, it represents bravado, doesn't it? It's performative. It's meant to impress or, intimidate.
Yeah, look, it's strong.
Exactly. But the source says true steadiness isn't about getting that external validation or putting on a show. It's not about convincing others you're strong. It's about an internal state that just is. It doesn't need to shout. And that really pushes back against how society often equates loudness or visibility with actual power or stability.
Okay, so it's not the chest thump, this loud performance. Then where do we find this quiet power? The text gives some examples, but they seem surprisingly subtle, almost unnoticeable sometimes.
They are subtle, and that's the point, I think. It points us towards these moments of, profound internal resolve. Think about the breath held steady before the leap. It's not focused on the leap itself, the big action.
Right.
It's about that deliberate, almost mindful pause right before. That conscious act of controlling yourself when things are uncertain.
Controlling the internal state.
Precisely. And similarly, the nod before the storm. It's not shouting defiance at the clouds. It's a quiet acknowledgement and acceptance, maybe, of what's coming, but combined with this inner readiness to face it.
Okay, like bracing yourself internally.
Yeah. And the silence between the swings, you can picture an artisan, maybe, or a seasoned athlete. Their mastery isn't just in the powerful action, the hit or the strike.
Yeah.
It's also in that focused, disciplined calm that allows for the reset, the precise, controlled pause before the next action.
That's interesting. So each example, it highlights an active choice, doesn't it? A choice for composure, not just like passively being calm. It's presence, self-control. It moves away from chaotic reaction towards something more deliberate, an internal rhythm.
Well put, yes.
And this then brings us to maybe the ultimate embodiment of this idea. Who are the people who actually have this kind of steadiness? The source says it's visible in the eyes of those who've done the work, lost their balance, and still showed up.
Yeah, and this is where it gets really deep, I think. It's explicitly not about having a perfect, unbroken record.
All right, that lost their balance part is crucial.
It's absolutely critical. It acknowledges that falling, failing, stumbling, there aren't just possibilities. They're integral parts of building that steadiness. The real power is in the resilience, The ability to still show up, to come back to the challenge with grit,
Mhm.
not being completely defeated by imperfection.
So it's a strength forged through the hard times, not just shown when things are easy.
Exactly. Not demonstrated in the absence of adversity, but built because of it.
Okay, so it's that quiet determination that lets you keep going, even after you fall. And the very last line, it really seems to tie it all together. It describes these people showing up with grit in their teeth and peace in their spine. Now, how do those two things coexist? They seem almost opposite: intense effort and deep calm.
hmm It sounds like a paradox, doesn't it?
Hmm.
But I think that's the profound synthesis here. The heart of the sound of steady, grit in their teeth, that speaks to, raw tenacity, that unyielding will to push through pain, fatigue, difficulty. It's perseverance made visible.
The struggle.
The struggle, exactly. But at the same time, peace in their spine, that suggests this unshakable inner core, a fundamental calm that holds steady regardless of the external pressure or even the sheer intensity of the effort itself.
Wow.
It suggests a kind of wisdom, maybe. Understanding that the struggle is real, it's happening, but the inner equilibrium, the one you've cultivated through all that work and those falls, that's constant.
That's a fascinating balance, isn't it? So it's not like a frantic, desperate kind of grit. It's anchored by an underlying calm.
Yes, anchored is a great word for it.
It's like knowing you're going to push incredibly hard, but there's no internal chaos driving it. It sort of challenges that idea that intense effort has to lead to burnout or breakdown.
Precisely. It's the capacity to engage intensely with whatever you're facing, but stay grounded in yourself. That allows you to sustain the effort without, shattering. It's really the ultimate sign of that true, built, and grown steadiness, a complete integration of striving and just being.
Okay, this deep dive has really given me a new way to think about strength. We've seen the sound of steady isn't some big outward show. It's more like an internal masterpiece, something fundamentally, as the source says, built, not bought, and grown, not granted.
Built and grown.
And it doesn't come from the chest thump. It comes from those quieter, deliberate moments, like the breath held steady before the leap
To nod before the storm.
and the silence between the swings, those moments of inner control.
Yeah.
And maybe most powerfully, we see it in the eyes of those who've done the work, lost their balance, and still showed up.
With grit in their teeth and peace in their spine. That combination.
The incredible combination. So here's something to maybe reflect on. Thinking about this idea that true steadiness comes from that inner work, from embracing the falls, from finding a resilient peace. How might you, listening now, maybe reevaluate the pursuits and values in your own life? What does it really need for you to genuinely build something or grow something rather than just, buy it or be granted it?
And maybe think about how cultivating that grit in their teeth, that determination, how can that actually coexist with finding peace in their spine on your own journey?
Yeah. How do those two things live together for you? Definitely something to mull over. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.